Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Welcome in, everyone. Kate, Scott, Brock Hewitt on the call for you for this one. And I'm sure a lot of people in attendance and watching from home, Brock, they've already got the winner made up in their mind. But I'll tell you one thing, we've got a sideline down there ready to dispel that eye test.
Well, all that talk before the game is just that. Talk. You can look at past performance. You can look at metrics. You can spin any numbers you want. But we're about ready to kick this thing off. And from there, it's anybody's game.
This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
60 Bison. Hey, smash Bronco! Come on.
The drive begins with Henry. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Okay, ready?
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Ready?
Running once more with Henry. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
18, Pioneer!
Shotgun now on 3rd down. His first throw is an interception.
What's up, bud?
And the Eagles are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession.
But he thought flipping the play was going to help him. Fucking noob.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10.
Shut up!
Throwing it to start this drive. And his first pass falls incomplete. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. So 2nd down coming up. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it. And
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
pretty clear here by these 2 play calls. The offense, they wanted to attack this secondary in the passing game. But this defense, well, they more than respond. It's got them in great shape to make a stand right here on 3rd down and finish off a brisk 3 and out to begin the game.
That's a 1st down.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. The problem is on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort, just couldn't quite find the execution.
Let's go.
And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. They find 21 yards and get the 1st down. Oh, baby, what a call to go for it on 4th.
Ready, set. Check, Panther. Hey, go.
Plowing up the middle. Has room inside the 25. And they finally get to him at the 15. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Ready? 65 catch, 65 catch. Cup 19, Cup 19. Ready?
Working inside the red zone. Forced out to his right.
I should not be getting hot now, but a fat person in the skate park is a point.
And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Another try following the sack. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Let's go.
Looking to the air here. The throw is caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Let's go.
So some time to maybe...
Ready up.
Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football.
Mustang
We'll see what
19.
they choose to do. It's 4th
Trap
and real
50, trap
short
50.
inside the red zone. A tight end in motion now.
Hut, hut.
Pass play to call on 4th down. And the defender comes away with it. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. And the Titans can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Cut. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Warriors 70, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And this one doesn't go far.
Tempo.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Ready.
And there's a man there.
Let's sit on that ball, Peterson.
That's Patrick Peterson. And forget the interception.
So cover too hard. Shade down for the hard flats. Anytime I see that deuce close, because they trying to get rid of it quick. I want that new goddamn McFadden card, man. So bad. So bad. It costs too damn much for me.
We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. So good to be with you. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here. Greg, as we look at this matchup, I'm looking around and hearing this crowd. They're so fired up for this one. What's it like when you come on the road and you've got a hostile environment you need to take care of?
You know, I always liked it. I always thought it added to the element of bringing some energy and bringing some juice, especially in pregame. But once that ball's kicked off, You want to settle this crowd down as fast as you can, especially on offense. Take them out of it. Get them back on their chairs, sitting on their hands. The more energy you give them, the more noise, it does make it a little less efficient to operate, especially on offense. So come out fast, come out furious, and see if you can take this crowd out right from the jump.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready? Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
Jones motioning here.
Ready?
And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Hey, smash Bronco.
Slot receiver headed right. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the 1st down.
Bobcat, 60. Here we go. Track him 60.
Tight end motioning left. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Warrior 70. Let's go. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready?
They'll look to throw again. That's caught by the speedster, John Ross. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
He's trying to get around the corner, but he can't. He's going to be run down behind the line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
60 go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it.
Man, come on, I hit that.
Field open man, and it's taken in. 20 yards on that pass play. Good for a Commander's 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Go, Trap. Go, Trap.
Jones motioning here. They'll run. It's Darren McFadden. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Come on. Set. Check smash.
They send him right out of the slot. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down.
Set it. Buffalo 18.
Putting the tight end in motion.
Ready.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work.
Throw it on Diablo.
Making things difficult.
That's a no-fly zone.
He'll set up a 4th down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difference.
I love you, McFadden, but you're not doing that to me today.
But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. Well, Mike, it's pretty clear
We
early
gotta
in this
get the
game
fat
the
nigga, so
message they
motherfucker
want to
gotta
send
use it.
is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
They go sideline, and he stays in bounds.
Here we go.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Come on. Rig alert.
They'll send the tight end in motion.
79 Bronco, 18 Rodwood. Go.
They'll stick with him again.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion.
10 through 11. Ready?
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. Defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
2 minutes to play. Still searching for our first points of the half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this.
Ready.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Viking 18. Back. Hurt. Bronco switch. Bronco 19 tight. 19 tight. Let's go.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Yards are hard to come by there. We'll work it down to the 37-yard line. Second down and 8.
Go! Cowboy 80.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Okay, ready?
They'll come up here 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and mark him down up beyond the 30.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time the team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
And he'll let it go deep for Johnson. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18.
Let's go now. 19 Lion. 79 Bronco. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Hut, hut.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Ready? 19 tight. 19 tight. Cup 19. Cup 19. Panther 11. Panther Chap 60. Chap 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Go.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
Ready? Break. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll look to throw yet again. Good blocking, and he's in. Taysom Hill. Touchdown, Washington. The kicking team off for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. Here's 1st and 10.
18 Pioneer. Ready?
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
19 Lion. Ready? Ready?
He'll drop to throw.
Bro, where are you throwing the ball?
But it's incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown that time. And it's going to be 3rd down.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Let's go now. Panther 60. Panther 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Cup 19. Cup 19.
They'll throw out of the gun. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Dragon 60. Mustang 19. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Now they'll set up to throw.
Man, that should be PI.
Intercepted.
Bump me fucking 10-yard past the line of scrimmage.
Down on what will be the final play here in this first half. Just the lone touchdown in that first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 the score as the 3rd quarter begins. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
Pirates, 70. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Play clock down to 0. That is not the way to start a drive.
Ready? Go!
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers.
This has really just been the story of the entire game. They just seem out of sync, don't they? I mean, they desperately need to find a way to just get some points on the scoreboard, any way it takes. They don't complete on the deep pass there, but keep shooting for it, because at some point something's going to break your way, and they desperately need it.
In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring it down.
18 Rattler, Panther 11, Panther 11. Let's go.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. They know they brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line. From the 32 now.
19 tight, 19 tight. 18 Pioneer. 19 Lion.
Back to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, well, the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Let's go.
So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Dragon 60. Ready?
They'll look to throw.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Come on, come on.
The RPO, they'll get it to Brown. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Get it.
He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And he will have the 1st down. He caught it short of the line to gain, but knows right where that marker is, and he's able to pick up that 1st down.
Eagle, 60. Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready, ready?
Hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Back to the air one more time. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. Just his 1st catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down. Now a give up the middle, and And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
70 Timberwolves. Hurt.
So, points at 8. Second and 11.
Stephanie.
Your tight end motioning left here. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
On the set. Let's go now.
He's got his receiver. It's Jones. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Trap 60. Go.
Now give on the ground, and he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now, 2nd and 4.
Cougar 19. Here we go. Set. Reload. Ready.
They'll stick to the ground. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Let's go.
They'll try to run this one in. He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
A tight end in motion now. They'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. And he is in. The risk pays off. They take the lead here in the final moments of the game. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Oh, nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. Here's 1st down.
Let's go.
Slot man in motion right.
Check out.
They'll run here. He's got room to the 45. And he'll be taken down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
They'll run. Room to run inside the 40. It's a big play when they needed it the most. So the Eagles use their first timeout here. It's stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one.
On the set.
Here is first and goal.
Set. Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. He's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one.
Okay, break.
Move back to the 10. They'll try here on second and goal. They'll go with him again. And he'll be taken down. Let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes third and goal. Some problems communicating on third down, and that's going to be a delay.
On the double.
We'll see how they want to play this. It's third down.
Come on. Set.
They'll run it with McFadden. Great job by this defense. Nowhere near the end zone as we get to fourth and goal. So now a big spot coming here. This to win the game. This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
Here is first and 10.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Here we go. One final play. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down.
Got cheated on that one drive. I shouldn't have threw that post shot, but it happens. I don't know if I can stem it down.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to USAA Stadium. USAA, an official salute to service partner of Madden and the NFL. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
What the fucking new plays with this for? The change of stadium, bro. It's just ass.
Here's the longtime Bronco Jason Elam to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check. Get it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Emmett. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In on the tackle there, Ray Nitschke. And his heyday, it was before my day, it was before your day, but he was something else.
Look, I can still see that 6'6" on his jersey, and him rattling running backs and getting after quarterbacks. He used to wrap his forearms up, and he just hit the big flipper and come up and thump people in the chest. He was an absolute marvel playing in the linebacker position, especially right there in the middle. A Hall of Famer in 1978, and deservedly so.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. All right, Charles, quick Emmitt Smith story. You've heard of the Madden video game, right?
I have heard of the Madden video game, well, no doubt about it.
Don't quit your day job, please.
Coach Madden said players used to come up to him all the time and complain that their ratings were too low. The only person, though, that came up and said, hey, mine's too high, Emmitt Smith.
You're kidding.
How can you rate Emmitt Smith too high? That's the question.
Boy, talk about humble. That's taking modesty to a new level.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
79 Broncos.
From the gun, here's McNabb. And that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. McNabb. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ray Nitschke coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
19 tight. 19 tight. Go.
They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one, and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
Here's Hill now after the interception. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance, because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's Hill. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick-6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time.
Because he's ass.
All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here's 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Stephanie, go.
Hill. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Lion. Let go.
Back to throw. Hill. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Let's go. 79 Bronco.
To throw is Hill. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score.
Ready, set.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
19 Pioneer. 19 tight, 19 tight. Come 19, come 19. Ready.
Here's Hill. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
Elam's kick is good. And they get on the board, trailing now 8-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second down, here's him again. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. 2 minutes to play in the first half of an 8-3 game. Third and 3.
Ready? Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Ready?
They'll try and run for it with Emmett. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a fourth down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on fourth. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed.
18, Pioneer. 19, Lion. 60, Maverick. 60, Maverick.
Now McNabb. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And just shutting him off there.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. Now Hill. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now it's Hill. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
60
Peterson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Touchdown! Tony Gonzalez in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Let's go. Cup 19. Cup 19.
They'll throw now on the final play. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Hill looks to throw. Now a deep one for Johnston. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Quentin Johnston, 71 yards. And the Bills come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2.
70 Lions.
They'll let Peterson try and run it in. And he will not make it into the end zone. But a flag down here, and I think they're going to get another shot at this. The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2. They'll let Peterson try and run it in. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A first down carry for Smith. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8. McNabb to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 44-yard line. Now it's McNabb. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They go back to the ground now with Smith. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
18 Cardinal.
Again, it's Smith. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Smith up the middle. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They run up the middle with Emmett. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Check smash. Go.
Here's McNabb. They set up the screen to Emmett. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Here's 1st and goal. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. Smith. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Smith is the lone man in the backfield here as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
60 Bison, 60. Rig alert.
To throw, McNabb. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Julio Jones. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Back. Bronco 80. Set. Hurt.
They're going to try and run for it. And he is
I'm in there!
the goal line. A courageous call to try for 2, but they will remain down by a point.
I say it 1,000 times.
So
I fucking say it 1,000 times. This game will cheat me.
Right here. And the Bills are going to recover. A tough one there. They certainly won that when they needed
Cheated.
it. They didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
19 Lions.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. TJ Watt.
Blue jerseys in the blue field fucking you up, I see. Imagine that.
So back at the midfield stripe now. They'll come up 2nd and long.
70 Rangers. Go.
Now Hill. For the catch made by Johnson.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Hey, smash! 7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Ready, ready?
Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout. Now they'll change things up. They'll look to throw. Completes it to Jason Witten. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now.
Ready? 70 Rangers, 70 Buffalo 18. 70. Street.
Back to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
70 Lions. Go Street. 79 Broncos. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
He's back to throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready?
He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right.
Oh, that's
And
bullshit.
that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Good.
Picked off by Anthony Barr.
Then it's a bill out. Even that's a bill out. Can't have that guy beat by 10 yards and underthrow that shit. Wondering if I can get Deadeye instead of gift route. Try it for a few games. Yeah, I'm not using that Aaron Glenn. Too small. Got an extravagant basket. Debating. Should I get pocket Deadeye for better passes? At what extent? What it cost me? If I do get McFadden, I might have to come up off some AP somewhere.
One of the glitchiest RPOs in all of Madden 25 is the RPO read flat wheel out of the gun deuce in the Seattle Seahawks offense. The reason for this is that when your opponent calls press coverage, the outside receiver on a post will destroy that player. For whatever reason, they become the P icon, leaving this as a one-play touchdown. But one of the best secrets about this formation is that if you go into the packages, there is a way that you can make it so that you can have a third receiver at a tight end position. Now this allows you to be able to get out of this gimmick formation, as you will, into the main offense in this, which is far and away going to be the bunch tight end. Now you're not telegraphing your intent, and this is always in your back pocket. Your opponent has to respect the primary offense and the gimmick. One of the glitch.
Not really. That's why I keep my fucking dime defense. I ain't gotta worry about none of that bullshit. Just staying up to date.
Yeah, the Barbie stand might be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go down?
No, I'm good. I have a little vested interest here.
Yeah, let's bring it down.
Show yourself.
So, try one, please.
Time to play music. Music slowly. Time to play the game. Time to play the game. Too fast. Count to 5 and then continue up. Is that a problem? That's a cool deal. Pop. And then like, oh, shit, there's more, you know. All right, we're going to try one more time and we're done. All right, bye.
Cool story. Alright, fellas, I'm probably gonna take a break. I gotta get some sleep because I gotta work tonight. I'll probably be on later. And I gotta figure out if I'm gonna keep gift wrapped or keep pocket deadeye. Gotta figure something out there. Other than that, we'll figure it out. Alright. I'll catch y'all fellas later.